WrestleMania 43, if done properly, could genuinely be one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. With it being the first ever international WrestleMania and it being in Saudi Arabia, they are going to pay a comical amount of money to the WWE. This could be something special. So I have come up with 7 ways that WWE can make WrestleMania 43 something special. And the first one is crowning the next generation of WWE superstars. A big complaint in the WWE nowadays is that they rely too much on old wrestlers. And I do agree with that to a certain degree. And it is weird, especially considering the fact that they absolutely have the talent to rely on young superstars. I mean, there is unbelievable amounts of talent in the WWE that are super young, like Obafemi, like Trick Williams, like Sol Ruca, like Roxanne Perez, like JC Jane, like Javon Evans, Braun Breaker, Lara Valkyria. Like, if they want to, they can absolutely shift the focus to the younger next generation. And having WrestleMania 43 be a WrestleMania where they crown that next generation, where they really allow those future stars of WWE to shine and cement themselves as superstars, I think that would be great both for the WWE, the fans would love it, and it would obviously be great for these young wrestlers. And this would fix one of the biggest complaints that is currently happening in the WWE. Fix the tag team division is number 2. Ever since SummerSlam 2025, it has been downhill for this tag team division, at least on the men's side of things, and with the talent that is there, you could absolutely revive this tag team division. Obviously, on SmackDown, you have the champions R-Truth and Damian Priest. You have the MFTs with Haku now by their side, which gives them a lot more aura, makes them actually feel like a real threat. You, of course, have Fraxium, which are some of the best in-ring workers in the company. You have the War Raiders, who are seemingly getting in the mix. You have Los Garzas. You have the Miz and Kit Wilson. On Raw, you have Austin Theory and Braun Breaker. You have the Usos. You have the Street Profits. You have Rusev and Ethan Page. Not 100% sure if this is even still a faction, but you have the LWO. You could have Los Americanos. You have the Creed Brothers. Alpha Academy. I mean, you have the bodies and the talent to make an awesome tag team division. Awesome! So there's no excuse not to do it. And every single time they just throw these teams together in a TLC match, it is amazing and everybody loves it. World Champion LA Knight. Yeah! Something that people have been waiting for the better part of 3 years. This is genuinely the perfect year to have him win Money in the Bank. He could cash it in at WrestleMania. He can cash it in before WrestleMania. He could go into WrestleMania as champion. I do not care. But having LA Knight, being world champion at WrestleMania 43, whether he goes in as champion or becomes champion at WrestleMania 43, would make it absolutely amazing. He is the hottest he's ever been. His stock is at an all-time high, currently feuding with the World Heavyweight Champion, and a lot of fans want this because LA Knight absolutely deserves it, and he is unbelievably talented. Rock versus Roman. This is a big one. And honestly, I think it might be now or never for this match because The Rock seemingly is willing to do anything except come back to the WWE. His movies have been failing, so now he's going to pursue a career in music. And then when that fails, he's probably just going to start selling feet pics on Feet Finder instead of coming back to the WWE. I mean, this man is doing everything in his power to stay away from the WWE. Just come back to your home. Come back to where you belong. Dwayne Rock the Dwayne Johnson. Retire against Roman Reigns. Have him win. Give him that accolade. Like, this, if Saudi Arabia can't pay enough money to get The Rock for this match, then I don't think it's ever going to happen. This is probably the biggest dream match and dream feud that is currently available in the WWE. It would be perfect. Saudi Arabia is going to be paying them so much money. It's going to be the first ever international WrestleMania. This would make it a ground shifting WrestleMania. Like, this would be an absolute game changer. It doesn't even need the World Heavyweight Championship or any other title. Just have these two feud because of their history. Have the Rocks think that Roman's a terrible tribal chief or something. It's so easy. It's right there. Just do it. Do it! Just do it! Less ads, more wrestling. This was by far and away the biggest complaint of WrestleMania 42, was that ads were about 90% of the show. It felt like a bunch of the matches were under 10 minutes. There wasn't a single women's match over 10 minutes, I believe. The only matches that really got the proper amount of time were the main events. But instead of fantastic wrestling on our screen, we had racist ass Hulk Hogan flooding our screens, being shoved down our throats, just completely butt fucking us out of the wrestling at the biggest wrestling event in the world. It was unbearable. Nobody liked it. And that was the biggest concern going into SummerSlam. Thankfully, SummerSlam did not have this same problem. And all we can do is really hope and pray that WWE has learned their lesson and will never do this ever again. Because this would genuinely ruin WrestleMania for a lot of people. A lot of people. This is probably the biggest and most important one on this entire list. Just let us enjoy wrestling at the biggest wrestling event in the world. Most of us probably know that Saudi Arabia is extremely sexist and hateful and disrespectful towards women, literally forcing them to wear bodysuits so that the only part of their body that is visible is their hands and their face when they're performing in Saudi Arabia, which is just unbelievable, by the way. And I'm really hoping that this does not translate into the amount of time that women's matches get, the amount of women's matches that we get on the show, because women are already severely underrepresented at SummerSlam and WrestleMania. At SummerSlam, there was 3 women's matches out of the 12 matches on the entire card, and just 4 women's matches out of the 13 match card at WrestleMania 42. So if we get 2 or 1 or dare I say even none, that would be absolutely criminal. And also another part of this is if the crowd is dead during the women's matches like they were at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. The longest women's match in WWE in Saudi Arabia besides the Women's Royal Rumble was a 15-minute Elimination Chamber match. And the longest no stipulation match there was Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus at Night of Champions 2023, which was 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Now keep in mind, those are the longest women's matches ever in WWE history in Saudi Arabia. Now I'm going to go through the top 5 longest men's matches in Saudi Arabia besides the Royal Rumble. Triple H vs. Randy, 25 minutes. Roman Reigns vs. Logan Paul, 24 minutes. Seth Rollins vs. The Fiend, 21 minutes. Roman Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar, 19 minutes. Edge vs. Seth Rollins, 18 minutes. So it is quite clear that the women do not get as much time as the men when they are in Saudi Arabia. And at your biggest wrestling event of the year, this becomes an even bigger problem, especially when you have like 3 women's matches total. So let's hope Saudi Arabia can put aside their sexism just for 2 nights. And lastly, but certainly not least, is insane entrances. Saudi Arabia historically has always had fantastic stages. The Night of Champions 2025 stage was huge and it looked awesome. It was like it made every entrance feel like a WrestleMania entrance. The Royal Rumble one looked like a WrestleMania stage. And now just imagine what they're going to do for WrestleMania 43 when it comes to the stage. I mean, these entrances could genuinely be some of the best entrances that we've ever seen in WrestleMania history or in just wrestling history in general. And I cannot wait to see what creative entrances we get at WrestleMania. That is going to be it though for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and